You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl, and it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again, and you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time.
Hello everyone, Core is back with a brand new mod guide. In today's episode, we're taking a look at another haul of quality of life mods that seek to make your game better in a variety of ways. But before we begin, I'd like to thank today's artist HaloOwl for their lovely work. They are fantastic as usual. I'd like to ask you for your support on today's video with a like and sub for more if you enjoy it. Now let's dive right in, shall we? Let's start this mod video off with a bright mod, shall we? That being the realistic lighter durability mod by Paradigm. This mod is a great example of a quality of life mod, making the game a bit better, a bit more realistic without going over the top excessive with it to the point it gets bonkers or too easy. This particular mod works to make lighters much more useful, because a lighter being able to only light 10 to 15 cigarettes is pretty weak. It kinda makes them not worth using if you can avoid it, due to their much better uses such as Molotov lighting. That being said, now a single lighter could burn at least 100 cigarettes from full durability, which is pretty damn good. And now when used as a light source, it will burn for hours on end, which not only makes it more useful for a light source, it's also useful when you equip the lighter for a Molotov and forget to shut the damn thing off. It won't be burned out before you can throw your homemade flame grenade. Honestly, I'd recommend you pair this mod with the one mod that lets you refill lighters using gasoline. So with one lighter and a bottle of gas, you've got a good long way to go to keep your lights on. Nice work, Paradigm. Keep it up. Do you wish you could carry more large weapons, or at least reduce your overall weight on your back by hotbarring a spare weapon? Do you need an extra tool to switch to in an emergency? Well, let me introduce the 2 weapons on back mod by Paul D. Lake. This mod allows you to take 2 rib sheets and almost any bag that goes on your back to give yourself an extra equip slot. There even is some minor mod support to allow some other mods to add rip sheets to their bags for the extra equip space. Now keep in mind it has to be an actual backpack, so it's not going to work with a satchel, and the bag needs to work on your back to get the extra space. Holding it in your hand won't do the job. But hey, an extra weapon slot for an axe, a bat, or some other back-equipped weapon's a definite plus, and the mod does the job nicely, and the tools look good on your back. Are you tired of not being able to cook and create many of the veggies that can only be found in fridges, in stalls, and warehouses after they've gone bad, or randomly foraged in the woods? Well, if this is the case, then let me introduce the Seeds for Vanilla Vegetable mods by Kin, which is a fixed version of the same mod by WRAPUP, which makes it function with later versions of the game. This mod adds 9 different seed types, which lets you grow a variety of the vanilla crops, as well as mustard seeds, which can be used for the second mod in this pile. I'd recommend you enable both, as the second one gives you access to making vanilla condiments such as mustard or ketchup. Also keep in mind that both of these mods require Soul Filter's farming time mod to work, which is also linked down below, as they use that mod for the framework for these mods. A benefit of this though is the fact you gain access to farming times additions as well, but as I've covered those in the Soul Filter mod videos, I'm not going to cover them here. So check those out if you're interested. Now each of the 9 crops has their own time requirements, and grapes are the only ones that can be overwatered. So unless you're growing those, don't worry too much about that. Each of the crops is pretty nicely modeled, and the second mod adds the ability to make ketchup and mustard, which is pretty dope. Overall, the increased variety of crops into the late game's a hella good time. I'd recommend this mod for those wanting to keep the food going, or at least the variety of food going. Are you tired of dragging corpses around slowly in a pain in the ass manner? Well, if this is the case, let me introduce the easy corpse move by Crease, or Cries, I'm not entirely sure. This mod allows you to quickly and easily pick up and move corpses en masse. Just right click a corpse, choose the corpse control option, and this will let you either pick up a corpse, or if you're already holding one, it'll place the corpse down. In pickup mode, the reticle is red till you find the tile the corpse is on, and in drop mode, it's always green so you can put down the corpse at any tile. This is honestly really nice, especially as it works with sprinting and time speed up, so you can much more easily build that pile of zombies for the pyre and burn them at once, instead of manually clicking and dropping every single last one. And it makes it much easier to make sure you got all of them in the same tile so you can make sure they all burn cleanly in one go. Overall, it's a good mod. Do you, like me, think that spears are just getting more and more ridiculously heavy and are tired of them completely clogging your inventory, making you incapable of looting and defending yourself? Well, if this is the case, then let me introduce the Light Spear mod by Kanguro. This mod reduces the weight of all spears to 1/4 of a kilogram, which, while I feel it's definitely lower than I'd make it, it definitely makes more sense than the other way, given you're carving a tree branch which weighs 1 kilo, and somehow the damn thing jumps up to 1.7 kilos, nearly doubling, after removing part of it. While I do feel the weight change is far too low, it's up to you to pick your poison. Do you want your spears ridiculously light or ridiculously heavy? At least now you have an option. Though personally, if I was to change this mod, I would make it where it ranges from either 0.8 to 1 kilogram. You know, keep it about the same weight as a tree branch. Reasonable, but not so heavy or so light that it feels unbalanced. Not every quality of life mod has to focus on major annoyances. Some can fix things most people probably even thought needed a fix. This is where the Clean Ashes mod by Tomo comes in. Ever burned down a massive horde of zombies and now there's ugly ashes everywhere? Well, if this is the case, then just grab a broom or a shovel and now you too can sweep the streets and make things a little cleaner and less ugly. Though this won't help you if you burn down a bunch of buildings. You'll still have to get rid of those the old-fashioned way by knocking them all down. With these 6 mods, I think we have a good balance of new quality of life mods just ready for you to pick up and play. Personally, my favorite of this haul is likely the vanilla crop seeds. Being able to grow an additional amount of crops is always nice, and given that these crops are already in the game, this makes them a no-brainer. With the only downside is the fact that it does require farming time to be installed. Not that that's a bad thing. Farming time adds a lot of good stuff. It just itself is more of a expansion, not a quality of life mod. So just ignore it if you don't want to use those features. The Corpse Move mod is also pretty damn useful and really helps speed up cleaning up your base of all those pesky zombies that need to be cooked out of existence, or even just piling them up so you can bury them a little easier. Hope you've enjoyed today's mod showcase. I hope you found some fun new mods for your next run and ease some of those minor annoyances. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate your support. I'd also like you to support today's artists by checking out their socials. I'd also like to thank each and every one of the members seen on the screen, as y'all's financial support helps me keep creating this content. This has been Core, and I'll see you in the next video.